Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club live Friday night. And we are getting a little bit of WRX challenge action. Those crazy Subarus. So what is the WRX challenge? Well, it's a one-make championship across all the spectrums of racing, tarmac, mud, and rain. We would have done snow if they had it. They promised it. It never came. GTSport's coming to the end of its life now, and still no snow. No snow on the show. So, blow, go, flow, yeah. Toe, low. Oh, I'm stuck. I can't get out of it now. Hello, good evening, welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here with the WRX Challenge round 6. Round 6, I tell thee, the halfway point. It's a 12-week round using the Isle of Man time attack car, 2016, the WRX STI, specifically built for the track. And it's the guys have upped the brake horsepower to the toppermost that it can go to, and they've lowered the weight to the lowermost that it can go to. So these cars are absolute thoroughbreds, no fat on them whatsoever, beef to the max. And yeah, we're having ourselves a fun little championship. Today it's round 6 and we're at Tokyo Expressway, and the weather forecast is not good throughout. It is a drizzly all day. The guys can use intermediates or wets. It's at Tokyo Expressway East Outer Loop. So a 4.537 mile track with 12 turns. The fuel set at ×2. The tyre wear is set at ×2. They can use inters or wets. And it's two 15-minute races. Race 1, 15 minutes. Race 2, 15 minutes. Race 3, 30 minutes. And is worth a double the points of race 1 and 2. They want to get started with qualifying, itching to get underway. So I will get on with the table. And you should know the rules and the regulations by now. You've been here a while. So let's have a small look at the table then, as they get themselves prepped for qualifying. Racer Brown is at the top of the table with 249 points. Matt Psycho is second on 232 points. Homesick Alien third in the table on 223 points. Guesty is fourth on 210 points, and Anton Poika fifth on 190 points. Talleyrand is a sixth with 189 points. Skyjacker is 7th on 145 points. Barry Twins is 8th on 116 points. Bunny is 9th on 114 points. Turtle is 10th on 103 points. Electric is 11th on 92 points. Pat is 12th on 89 points, with Jim in 13th on 68 points. Jokas is 14th on 47 points. UBD, Uncle B Darren, is 15th on 35 points. JTX is 16th on 32 points. Rido is 17th on 19 points. So that is the table. All to fight for. Nothing in it really, is there? Still with 6 rounds to go. Skyjacker has started the qualies. And I believe it's going to be 10 minutes, isn't it? I would have thought. I can't see a format in the brief for quali. I'm sure it'll say. It's somewhere out there. 15 minutes. 15 minutes qualifying. It's the same distance as the first 2 races. My word. So they make their way out under the tunnel. Very dry, but they'll be going on to a wet track. And there you see Skyjacker leading them out. Racer Brown not far behind him. The sun looks like it's just rising in the background there, here at Tokyo, as Skyjacker makes his way around. They look a little closed up at the moment in qualifying, but they will stretch out. Is that Electric, I think, third on track. But meanwhile, Skyjacker, ooh, I think that's Talleyrand. I saw him a little jumpy earlier. But Skyjacker not putting a foot wrong. so far on his outlap. They're still on their outlap, so we can have a look around. There's Racer Brown, just behind Skyjacker, the championship leader. Looking for a good result today. He's got to be wary of those chasing him, like Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien. It's easy to drop, especially in that third race. Double points. If you don't have a good one in there, then you could be in trouble. Electric there, making his way around on his outlap. Electric sitting, oh gosh, sorry. He's sitting 11th in the table, and he's 11 points behind Turtle. So Electric wanting to make some points up on Turtle in this race. Further down, I believe, oh, that's Homesick Alien. Third in the championship, 223 points. Still in the championship fight, but it is slipping away from him. He needs some good results. There's Talleyrand, had some very good results lately. He's promoted himself up to 6th. He's only a point behind Anton Poika in the championship, and he'll be looking to surge forward soon. Anton Poika not being able to make this week, so Talleyrand's looking to make up some places in the table, I believe. Chasing Guesty as well, so keep an eye on for him. There is Matt Psycho, second in the championship. He's still some points behind, but he's made up some great ground of late, getting some wins in. So Matt Psycho will be looking for some good results here at Tokyo. These 3 races, imperative to his championship so far. Bunny, he's set at 9th. He's only 2 points behind Barry Twins, so he's chasing the Belgium. And we know he's got it in him to take the win here in his Fast Lane Conveyors Limited. Liveried Subaru, looking absolutely sensational. Pat back in the Rizzler livery. Once again, car number 4. After last week's Cancer Day, they ran the Cancer livery, Cancer Research livery. Now, back in Rizzler, which causes cause and effect, Pat. Cause and effect, my friend. There we see JTX in a very... It's the same livery as Anton Poika, but of different colours. Right. Enough of this shenanigans. Shall we get all the bits back? There we go. So Skyjacker is on his flying lap, well into his flying lap right now. In fact, coming up towards the line, I would say. Oh, you can see the traction issues they've got as they come around those tight corners, down in those lower gears where the wheels tend to light up a little bit. And now he's making his way to the tunnel, now towing. The tow and slipstream is going to be imperative down this straight. It's going to be absolutely crazy as Skyjacker completes his first flying lap. He's done himself a 2:09, but Racer Brown absolutely annihilating that. 2 seconds faster. Electric doing a 2:10. Homesick doing a 2:09, but staying behind. Talleyrand a 2:09 also, but stays behind. Guesty goes ahead with a 2:08.297. Then Matt Psycho a 2:09.3, 2:09.0 for Bunny, and Jim doing a 2:09.8. Very competitive from Jim, and we will look down that order. Pat's done a 2:13, JTX a 2:10, and very nice times. Mum Homesick in the chat saying evening thingy, all good with you? All's grand, thank you for asking. And Mama Psych saying good luck, all have a good racing. Hi thingy. Hello Mama Sykes, or Mummy Psycho, one of the two. So Racer Brown was the fastest in that first run. First blood to the championship leader. He is absolutely awesome. So Racer Brown takes that top notch from Guesty. Guesty close to him though, 4/10 off, 5/10 off. Turtle's done a 2:11. Skyjacker third fastest on that first run. Bunny fourth fastest. Great run from Bunny with a 2:09.0. What was Skyjacker then? 2:09. Oh, 200ths between Skyjacker and Bunny on the track. Talleyrand 5th fastest with a 209.1. These times couldn't be any closer. Matt Psycho, 2nd in the championship. Wants to get some good points out of this. Wants to be ahead of Racer Brown, a 209.3. But he's going faster this lap. And he wants to be starting at least 2nd on this grid with that run down to the first corner. And it's a long run. Or in fact, he'd probably be better off on the second row. 2nd or 3rd. I mean, 3rd or 4th, I imagine. Would be quite a nice place to start. Just behind the leaders to get a tow up to that first corner. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye. If Matt Psycho just eases off a little bit to try not to get pole. But 6th place so far for Matt. He is making his way around. We will stick around. He's 8 tenths up. 8 tenths is a massive jump in this grid. 8 tenths will probably put him up into 3rd. Homesick Alien's done a 208.5. Talaran 208.4. So the times are dropping. The fuel is on. So they are getting lighter. And there's Matt Psycho all up to 3rd. But Bunny just pipped him from behind. Ooh-ah. That's what she said. So Racer Brown then still on pole with Bunny in 2nd place now. Bunny absolutely rapid as he makes his way around Tokyo. Pat's gone faster again, so's GTX. Guys, I didn't even get down to you for the first run. Ease up, everyone. So Matt Psycho, 3rd fastest now. That's more like it, he thinks. He's, like I said, it's not a bad place to start on a track like this. Such a long run down to that first corner. You might want to be just behind the leaders. Guesty down to 4th now with everyone doing their runs. Talaran 5th. He moved up, but he seems to have stayed in the same place, but has got closer to Racer Brown. Only 7 tenths pretty much. Homesick Alien we saw bouncing up earlier, and with everyone else dropping their times, he's shuffled back to 6th place. Skyjacker in 7th. JTX is 8th fastest so far. 9th fastest is Jim. And again, is nothing between these guys. 4 tenths Skyjacker and JTX. 4 tenths, sorry, JTX and Jim. Electric a 2nd behind Jim's time at the moment. And half a second ahead of Pat. These guys running in close formation down there. There's Pat. 4 thousandths ahead of Turtle. Turtle just getting his rain tyres up to temp, and it looks like they've all gone for the intermediates. Racer Brown purples again from the Supreme Sim Racer as he goes under the tunnel, heading towards the finish line to post another fastest lap, I am guessing, a 207.3. 6 tenths ahead of Bunny. Bunny's on that straight now. Homesick Alien managing to find some more time. Tucks himself in behind a Matt Psycho. Guesty's gone 2nd fastest though, ahead of Bunny. Matt Psycho posting a time for 4th fastest. Just ahead of Homesick, behind Bunny. Look at that, 100th behind Bunny. A 10th ahead of Homesick Alien. Talleyrand did not go faster that time. Skyjacker also not managing to find more speed out of the car on that 3rd run. JTX doesn't go faster. Jim's just started his lap, sorry. I'm trying to find someone coming near the end, my heaven's sakes. Here we go. Turtle, he's getting blues 1.3. That's going to put him ahead of Pat and possibly Electric and maybe Jim. If this time comes together, can he do it? There is a Turtle pushing that Subaru Impreza all the way along that straight, flooring that accelerator up to 175. He goes faster. He goes ahead of Electric behind Jim. 2 tenths behind Jim. So Turtle, more pleased with that. More pleased. More happy with that lap time. Racer Brown, meanwhile, still on that pole position, ahead of Guesty. Bunny, a large threat. Well, the upset about this championship is so tight. These guys are so close in their racing abilities that all the way down to 8th in the championship. He was 8th in the championship. Barry Twins. Oh, Barry Twins is near tonight, is he? Not noticed him. I wonder how he is. Hope everything's all right, Barry. But yeah, any of that top notch, top lot, top 7, top 8 could win this championship. Racer Brown, Guesty, although Guesty has dropped points. Oh no, he's fourth in the championship, only 13 points behind Homesick Alien, and he's had a really good couple of rounds, has Guesty. Everyone's a threat. Skyjacker has found a bit more time in the Subaru. He's only just under 2/10 behind Homesick Alien now. 6th fastest. Homesick Alien just starting a fresh lap. Electric's found a little time. He's 10th fastest, 209.9. A 10th off of Jim. So Jim narrowly avoiding 2 threats there from Turtle and from Electric. So Jim just starting a new lap. He did a 209.9 last time around. Looks like he's got some good pace in his Subaru. Pat managing a 210. And he's still at the back though, but 7/10 now, closer to Turtle. Guesty go over a sector, maybe. I don't know, have I been too late for a sector? He's purple. Guesty edging his way closer to that pole position. The cars are getting light now. I mean, we've been running, we've only got 3 minutes remaining. So the fuel tanks, and they're going to make the 15 minutes, but the 30 minutes, I think we might have to see. Oh, Guesty, he had purples, but he's had a little rub with the barrier. And I don't know if that's going to scupper the speed for him. We'll see. And his next checkpoint. No, he's lost time. He's lost time to Racer Brown. Anyone else? Bunny. He's got a green. He's doing a personal best. Matt Psycho there. He's just behind Bunny. So Bunny sliding it through these S-bends. Heading down to that final tight corner. Heading down there as fast as you possibly can and then slamming on those anchors as much as possible. Kill that speed. Get it over the apex as much as you like, as you can. There you go. Beautiful stuff. Electric pulling over, letting Bunny through, but has he lost time? Racer Brown's extended that pole. He's moved the goalposts. These guys are chasing at the wrong time. Homesick Alien still in 5th place. Homesick Alien going faster and faster, but not moving up. And Talleyrand's gone faster as well, but he's stayed in 6th. And obviously Bunny saw him lose a bit of time there. Guesty, he didn't go faster, but Racer Brown did. A 207.1 puts him half a second. And Jim putting in a time there of a 209.7, 3/10 off of JTX now. Probably last run in the bag here. They're probably all on their last run, I imagine. Racer Brown, he's the lead on track, so he's down on his own time, but only by 300ths. Guesty up again. Not sure about Bunny. Has he got to a sector? Bunny up on his time, but not enough for Guesty at the moment. Matt Psycho. Purples from Matt Psycho. Purple means business. And Matt Psycho, oh no, he's 3/10 down now. So that's so tight down here. Homesick Alien, he's a 10th up. And Racer Brown then coming around, playing dare with the barriers. It's very intense stuff here, this final run on qualifying. And Racer Brown looks to have got poled on. Those chasing him didn't look like they're quite getting the pace they need. Racer Brown slingshots it around that final corner as he heads up to the start straight to post his final time of the session. What can he get? I don't know here. Doesn't seem to have made a mistake, but Skyjacker very close behind. Skyjacker 7th fastest. Racer Brown crossing the line. Can he extend it? Any? No. Skyjacker does go faster and goes 3rd fastest. Unbelievable. Here comes Guesty. Homesick Alien goes faster as well. Stays in 6th. Guesty goes faster, but not for pole. Bunny goes, he's coming up to the line now. Has Bunny got it in him? Has Bunny got the pole in him? No, Matt Psycho, what's he got? Matt Psycho heading up. Electric's gone faster in this final bit. Oh no, nothing from Matt Psycho. JTX heading towards the line. Can he move up? He's over a second behind Talleyrand. Can he find it to grab that 7th place? Not quite. Who's that? Electric. He's done, isn't he? JTX. He's finished. So, okay then. Racer Brown takes the pole. Guesty on the front grid. Skyjacker, lastminute.com gets in there in 3rd place. Bunny in 4th. Matt Psycho in 5th. Right in the middle of that crowd, but it might help him. They're very rapid ahead of him. He might be able to grab a toe all the way up and find himself in a very strong position. It all depends. Homesick Alien snapping at his heels, though, is a worry. Talleyrand 7th. JTX is 8th. Electric 9th fastest in the end. Got himself ahead of Jim, so super stuff for Electric. Jim in 10th. Turtle in 11th. And Pat starts 12th. And there we go. That's qualifying for round 6 of the WRX Challenge here at Tokyo. And they're lining up on the grid now. Racer Brown ahead of Guesty, Skyjacker and Bunny. And, take off those. We'll put that on. I don't think it's ever going to give us a better camera angle than that, I'm afraid. But we'll try and be on the ball as the lights go on here for race 1 of Tokyo, and it's away they go. Racer Brown looks like a good start, no tyre smoke, and he pulled away quite swiftly. Guesty tucks in behind for that toe that we talked about. Skyjacker and Bunny side by side, battling over Guesty's toe at the moment as they go out into the rain. Racer Brown leads them away from Guesty. Skyjacker in 3rd. Matt Psycho up to 4th. Bunny's losing out because he hasn't got a toe, but he's coming back against Matt Psycho. Homesick Alien tucked up just behind him. Is it going to be Bedlam in the first corner? Guesty's got the toe on Racer Brown. He goes into the first corner first. Guesty, can he hold his on the outside? Skyjacker on the inside, pushing them through. Skyjacker is through. Skyjacker, wow. Skyjacker all the way through. Electric's calling glitch, but I don't know if Skyjacker would want to turn it off. Guesty up into 2nd. Racer Brown now. He's in the thick of it with Matt Psycho up into 4th. Bunny down into 5th. And Homesick Alien 6th. Talleyrand in 7th. JTX in 8th. 9th for Jim. 10th for Pat. 11th for Turtle. Electric is stuck on the grid, but Skyjacker sliding through the S's under the bridge. Guesty chasing him down. Racer Brown, we've got a sprint race all the way to the end, and Skyjacker holding fast in front of Guesty. Racer Brown in 3rd place. Matt Psycho on that 4th. He wants to be ahead of Racer Brown, though. It's imperative for him to be ahead of Racer Brown. He needs Racer Brown to make a mistake on board with Matt Psycho. He's up to 3rd. Racer Brown must have made that mentioned a mistake. Does now Racer Brown down into 4th, and Matt Psycho ahead on points in this race. Guesty chasing down Skyjacker. He fancies it. And Electric is asking if we can restart, but it is the host that makes the call. That would be a Talleyrand, or Skyjacker, I mean. And Skyjacker has quit out. So Skyjacker, oh, it must have been a struggle for him. It must have been a struggle for him. What an amazing start. Wow. That was a bold call by Skyjacker, bless him. Because what a start we had there, and it was tough. Electric, I don't know, man. You're a lucky lad. Another man may have said no. not after that start. I'm leading this bloody race, man. What do you want me to close it down? Wow. Well, and there's others. I mean, like I see Matt Psycho's in the stream saying hi all, and I imagine he would have rather that carried on. He got himself up into a great 3rd place, but we get to do it again, so it's not all terrible. But yeah. Oh, that was a tough call for Skyjacker, I reckon. That would have been a tough call. I bet everything inside of him didn't want to end that. What an absolute start. What a stonker of a start he had. And all he had was Guesty. Racer Brown was slipping back. The biggest threat in the race. Matt Psycho, though, creeping forward. That's always scary. Pat saying, the look of the Irish. Yeah. You are lucky, man. I'll tell you, I don't know if I could have stopped that. Not with that start. That would have been amazing. Look, frustrated now. Come on, guys, enter up. He's got to do the grid. He wants to get back out there. He's got that buzz still of that start. He wants to get back on it. It is electric, those. Well, he might be trying to fix things, though. And Matt Psycho also saying he had a mega start, too. He did. He was up there in third, halfway round lap 1. There's going to be a couple. Electric and Matt Psycho. Oh, Matt Psycho hasn't entered. Or unless they're all saying they had great starts. Oh, dear. I do think, though, protocol is, it's not like the rule, but its protocol is they'll do one lobby restart or they'll do a race restart because of a glitch, but after the glitch, if it glitches in the next restart, then that person then has to go. Looks like Electric's having real internet issues. He's left the room. Maybe he's shaking the little tin box that he calls the router, kicking it around the room. I think for a while he was doing it off his phone data, so you know, not great coverage there for Electric. And we're watching Homesick Alien at the moment, the Wrxc. He's not the current champion, current racing champion, because Cthulhu won last season. I think Homesick Alien won the season before that, and I think Cthulhu won the first season. So yeah, Homesick Alien, the only champion of Wrxc in it. We've got a fair few champions, trust me. Racer Brown's a champion, a VRC champion. Matt Psycho's a VRC champion. Homesick Alien is a VRC champion. Talleyrand is a VRC champion. Skyjacker is a VRC champion. Oh, we're starting again, sorry. We're going without Electric, obviously. So Racer Brown on the front row. He wants to have a better start than last time. It's only 10 minutes. What? Oh, because they got halfway around that first race. Wow, we're limited on time then, I guess. So Racer Brown, we're having a 10-minute race here. Skyjacker in second. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's a restart from where they... I don't know. Skyjacker, he did qualify third, didn't he? So who dropped back? Guesty. Oh, it didn't work well for Guesty this time around. Guesty down in 7th. He wasn't ready for it, possibly. Maybe caught out a race around like me. It's a 10-minute race. And Skyjacker, again, he's going for that same start. And Electric's now joined the room. And, oh, I think there may have been small contact. Skyjacker and Racer Brown, they're very tight on battle in there. Matt Psycho back up into third place. Homesick Alien in 4th. Bunny is in 5th. Then we've got Guesty in 6th. Talleyrand 7th. Jim in 8th. Jim having a good start. 9th for JTX. 10th for Turtle. 11th for Pat. And so far, Skyjacker back in the lead again. Back in the lead ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown in race trim, in struggling, I'd say. Matt Psycho now up and behind Racer Brown. He'd like to be ahead of him like the last race. Homesick Alien keeping it real, but there, Racer Brown, it looks like that's the same thing was happening. Mistakes are being made. No, he's going back 4th to try and attack Skyjacker. Skyjacker defends, but it's difficult in the wet. Trying to late brake, you can't defend as well, and now they're going side by side, but it looks like Skyjacker's got that inside line, and Matt Psycho is happy to pick up any kind of mess left behind these boys. They both rubbed the barrier, and now Matt Psycho is really in that danger zone. He's in the kill zone now, and as they head down towards a very tight corner, Matt Psycho might try and poke his nose up the inside like it does. He's lining it up. He's on the brakes, but he just can't quite. But Skyjacker looks to be have made a mistake. Skyjacker out wide. Skyjacker late on the brakes in that corner, or unless he's gone for a slide move there. But no, he's lost the lead, and there you go. Matt Psycho has taken the lead from Racer Brown as Skyjacker went wide in the tight corner. Now he's being hounded by Bunny, Homesick Alien, Guesty and Talleyrand all in his tow. Matt Psycho giving Racer Brown a tow up the straight, so Racer Brown comes back, attacking as ever and takes the lead. And here comes Skyjacker. The tow is so strong back here, they're all getting jumbled up, they're all in it. They're back out in the rain again now, and look at them, nearly 4 wide, heading up to the first corner. Oh my word, close your eyes, I'll tell you what happens. Racer Brown is leading just about from Skyjacker. Skyjacker is up the inside, but Racer Brown's holding it around the outside. Racer Brown clinging on to the lead, and it's a clean move between the two of them. Racer Brown still around that outside on the double apex. Skyjacker edging up the inside, and they've held ground between each other, and they're still side by side. And it's like Noah's Ark, because Matt Psycho and Bunny side by side just behind. You've got Guesty and Homesick Alien battling it out. Racer Brown's just edged ahead of Skyjacker, but Skyjacker back on the inside again, and this is absolutely tight as a nut. Racer Brown back again in the lead, but he's had a knock with the barrier. Skyjacker there in second. Bunny is up into third. Homesick Alien, oh, Matt Psycho's dropped a couple of places, but I don't think it matters in this crowd. And Racer Brown, then Skyjacker, still side by side, making their way around. Racer Brown having a sloppy exit of the corner, and that gives Bunny the opportunity to move up the inside of him. And now Bunny is in second place, chasing down Skyjacker. Racer Brown slipping to third. Guesty up into fourth. Guesty, after his terrible start, has made great gains in this race. Homesick Alien fifth. Talleyrand in sixth place. Matt Psycho slipping down to seventh. That's not what he needs. Then we got JTX in eighth and Jim in ninth. 10th for Pat and 11th for Turtle. And it's the battle at the front that is absolutely bewildering. Skyjacker, he's gone that wide line again. Bunny and Racer Brown lining him up, and Skyjacker is going to be the tow boy. He's going to be the tow bar for the rest of these cars, and Bunny is going to be attacking that first corner in first place, I believe. Skyjacker trying to break that tow as best he can. We're going to see a snake, and Bunny's not playing his game. He says, I'll just have to stay. Oh yeah, Skyjacker really trying to break the tow, but Bunny's coming past anyway. I think the friction that Skyjacker's causing himself, slowing him down, drifting from one side of the track to the other, and that's given Bunny staying in his straight line enough to catch up. But now Skyjacker's slipping back, and now Bunny's the one going across the track. You will not follow, but Racer Brown has got a tow from someone, and he has just punched his way through up into first place. Can he slow that Subaru down enough to get through that corner? Guesty's out wide. He's doing a bit of wall surfing, but Racer Brown stays in the lead. Bunny in second. Guesty now up into third alongside Skyjacker. Matt Psycho's fought his way back up into fifth place ahead of Homesick Alien. Talleyrand and JTX are in a little battle of their own. Jim is in ninth. He's got clean air. He's got clear air behind him and in front of him. Good stuff for Jim. Turtle and Pat getting themselves in the nargy-bargy. It's the Beamer boys back in action. We love it. I'd hang around and watch, but there's some action at the front. Racer Brown leads from Bunny. Skyjacker scraping away at the barrier, and now Guesty is up into third. And he is challenging Bunny. Bunny under threat from Guesty. Guesty's already there. Guesty's on site, and Guesty's through. My word, Bunny sliding through that corner, losing a bit of speed, and Guesty is on fire. And Skyjacker down into fourth. Matt Psycho in fifth. Talleyrand is sixth. He's trying to make a move on Homesick Alien. Third in the championship, seventh in the run-in, and that's not where he wants to be. Same as Matt Psycho, second in the championship. He does not want to be staring down the monster livery of Skyjacker. He's trying to get a tow. We've still got 4 minutes of this race. Racer Brown brings them around to finish lap 3 with Guesty and Bunny in tow. These two absolutely fighting all the way. Bunny getting that tow now. We'll sit in Bunny's car. You'll feel the sudden pull from Guesty's car, like the force dragging him towards the back of that Subaru. It's a really long straight though, so Guesty can return the favour, and now Bunny getting Racer Brown's tow as well. And I think Guesty made that very easy, because Guesty is going to jump back in the tow again. There he goes. Guesty, knowing the straight is way too long to fight the tow early doors, comes back in the tow of Bunny. Bunny didn't quite pick up the tow of Racer Brown there. Racer Brown 8 tenths. 8 tenths is pretty much where they say the tow ends, when you're over 8 tenths behind. So Racer Brown may now be able to pull away, unless Bunny and Guesty can work together and do a bit of bump drafting. There's got to be some bump drafting up that straight, unless there's something in the rules that says no bump drafting, which there could be, but Guesty's up into second anyway. He's managed to find a way past Bunny, and Guesty now up into second with Bunny in third. Homesick Aliens up to fourth. Matt Psycho has dropped down to seventh. Oh my lord, these guys are all swapping places. Now Talleyrand's turning fourth. as Homesick Alien slips back, and now Talleyrand takes that 4th spot ahead of Homesick Alien. Skyjacker in 6th place with Matt Psycho in 7th. JTX catching these boys up, only a second behind, and he's dropped Jim there in 9th. With Pat in 10th, Turtle in 11th. These two still having an absolute tub-thumping battle. Ooh, Turtle having a little rub of the barrier, and that gives Pat the opportunity to move that Rizzler liveried Subaru up into 10th place. Meanwhile, Racer Brown is leading the way. He's just got the fastest lap. He's 2.3 seconds ahead of Guesty. So yeah, he's absolutely chucked it. Unbelievable. How long was I watching Pat and Turtle for? It didn't seem that long. But Racer Brown, 2.5 seconds. Guesty, he's pulled away from Bunny. Talleyrand, it's the battle down here. Look, Matt Psycho trying to go up the inside of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien there in 5th place, battling it out. And, I think Electric's going to get a moaning at for keep coming in and out the room. He knows the rules. Either in or out, but don't keep coming in and out. So Talleyrand then got that 4th, but Homesick Alien's in the tow. So's Matt Psycho on the Alien. Skyjacker down to 7th. Didn't even see that happen. So Skyjacker down to 7th, and JTX is with them now. Look at that, JTX on their tail. And they're battling hard. Homesick Alien having a look at Talleyrand in 4th place. And no, Homesick Alien already up into 4th, ahead of Talleyrand, and someone else having a look at Talleyrand. Matt Psycho up the inside, but he can't quite execute the move, and he's got Skyjacker just around the outside. Skyjacker pulls out of that one as JTX goes for the move up the inside of Skyjacker, but Matt Psycho's right in the middle of the corner for them both, and they're both there side by side following the Sick Children's Trust Subaru. Unbelievable stuff. Meanwhile, Talleyrand is dropped behind Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien trying to get that 8/10 that he needs away from Talleyrand, so he can't attack him down the straights, and Talleyrand went a bit sideways in the under the bridge, and that's slowed him down somewhat, with Matt Psycho now ready to pounce up into 5th place. But he can't quite get through that very, very wide Subaru that Talleyrand is piloting at the moment, and we're on the final lap. Unbelievable stuff. Quick run through then. There's Racer Brown, 2.5 seconds ahead of Guesty. Guesty, 2.5 seconds ahead of Bunny. Bunny's got ahead of, well, he's already ahead of Homesick Alien, but he's 8/10. It's tight stuff. Then we've got Talleyrand in 5th, ahead of Matt Psycho in 6th, Skyjacker 7th, JTX in 8th, Jim in 9th, 10th for Turtle. He's got back ahead of Pat. There's Pat, and here comes the Racer Brown, the championship leader. It looked to have a shaky start, but he come back absolutely solid in the end. Is it still moving around? Homesick Alien, Matt Psycho's gone a bit wide. Matt Psycho, he's in 5th. I don't know if there was coming to get Skyjacker's bounced off the barrier, and Skyjacker, that gives Talleyrand the move through. And oh my word, it's all crazy. Here comes the man Racer Brown to take a win. Super stuff. And there goes Guesty for a great 2nd place. Bunny finishes off the podium. Take a boo, my son. Homesick Alien, good points today. Talleyrand in 5th with Matt Psycho right on his tail in 6th. JTX in 7th. He got Skyjacker in the end, who finished in 8th. Jim come close to Skyjacker there in 9th place. Pat finishes in 10th, ahead of Turtle, who comes home in 11th place. Wow, that was an exciting race. That was crazy stuff. That was fantastic stuff. Brilliant. Well done to all involved. Great racing. There he goes, Racer Brown, showing off his little trophy. Another one. Pole position, fastest lap, and race win. Oh, treble A, my friend. And me, I'll take you to the race results, so we can have a good look. Wow, was that not crazy, or was that some crazy fish? Brilliant stuff. So there you go. There's your man, Racer Brown, on the top pile. What a man, what a man, what a mighty fine man that Racer Brown is. 2nd place, Guesty. 3rd for Bunny. A great podium there. Bunny getting some good points on, well, Barry Twins, who's not here. And he's catching Skyjacker up. And Skyjacker dropping back to 8th. So Bunny and Skyjacker, they're in their own little fight there, I believe. And Skyjacker has lost points today. Homesick Alien in 4th. He's 3rd in the championship. He needs the points he can get, but Racer Brown, he got some points on Matt Psycho, but not on Racer Brown today. But there is another 2 racers, and Homesick Alien did look like he was a force to be reckoned with early in that race. It's when you get stuck in that little jumble, you've got to try and get away from the crowd. Once you're in the crowd, it's a real fight. Talleyrand comes home in 5th, ahead of Matt Psycho. It looked like something happened in that final corner between Talleyrand and Matt Psycho and Skyjacker. I'm not sure, but it did look like there was something that we just missed, and it all shook out that Talleyrand came 5th, Matt Psycho came 6th, JTX came up in 7th. He was sat just behind those guys and got himself ahead of Skyjacker, who finished in 8th, Jim in 9th, Pat 10th, Turtle in 11th. Racer Brown's fastest lap around that track in the wet on intermediates in a Subaru was a 2:07.759. Cheeky. Right, they're out there in their second practice. Wow, we got 10-minute break. I might take that break because yesterday, or not yesterday, Thursday night, no, Wednesday night. Wow, Tuesday night, God. Tuesday night I tried to do the talking in between. I did the talky bit in between the race bit, and it did not go well. Ooh, it looks a lot wetter out there. I think they've gone for the wet tyres. The wet tyres, not the interwet tyres. So yes, it's got damper as the day's drawn on. Who are we going to watch? Bit of Matt Psycho? Why not? We want to get some tips off him. And I will leave you to it. Oh no, we'll do a quick catch up on the stream chat, and then we will give you a little break from my voice. Skyjacker said you were spot on about him not wanting to stop that race. Pat saying was probably better than having it car stuck on the grid for us to drive around. Yeah, fair point. Skyjacker said should never have reset. Sorry guys. Mama Homesick saying that was a battle and a half. Well done, Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien saying awesome/mental. Awesome mental. Or is there a way of putting them two together? Or mensome? No, neither of them work. Anyway, see, I'm going down that road of gobbledygook, so I shall leave you. I will return before they start their second race. See you soon, guys. Yo, I'm back, and there he is. Look at him fly. Absolutely stunning action from that first race. If you were here with us, if you're only just joining us, we are the Virtual Racers Club. This is round 6 of the WRX Challenge. The cheeky Subarus, the Isle of Man time attack cars. They are absolutely swift. They are rapid. And these guys have decided to chuck in for a 12-week championship, racing on all terrains, in all weather, to see whom can tame the beast. Three championships in. We've only had 2 champions of this. WRX Challenge. Homesick Alien and Cthulhu. No Cthulhu this season. He can't make the Friday evenings, unfortunately. But Homesick Alien is still there, and you can never count him out, not one bit. But at the moment, Racer Brown reigning supreme, literally in the rain. The race has just been, well, he's asking if everyone's ready. And Skyjack saying mentally awesome, from the awesome / mental of Homesick Alien from earlier on. So I'm going to go into an Elvis then, but the race is beginning. We'll save Elvis for later. So there they are, a reverse grid lined up in the tunnel, waiting to go. A Turtle on the pole position, Racer Brown all the way to the back. But we know that toe is strong, and these guys will not be at the back for long. But we're looking at Turtle on that pole position. Lots of pressure, all those cars behind him. He's got to engage that first gear, get that accelerator just ready. He's got the accelerator absolutely floored, and he's gone for it. And it's a good start against Pat. He is ahead of Pat. Pat took it in for that toe up to the first corner. Skyjacker up there in third. Where did Skyjacker come from? My gosh. Well, he started 7th, so Matt Psycho's there as well. Jim in 5th place. Homesick Alien surging forward as they're all grabbing toes off of each other. Oh, Guesty had a bit of a wobble on. He's taken Jim out. Oh, my word. Is it going to be a red flag situation? And, oh, poor Guesty. And there is I think Matt Psycho was late on the brakes. Let's have a look then. So Skyjacker's leading. Matt Psycho, no, he's in second. I saw someone wobbling around. And Turtle's there in 3rd place, but he's hit the wall. There. Oh my God, I can't keep track. So, yeah, Matt Psycho's already up into 3rd place. Skyjacker's leading. Oh, whoa, topsy-turvy. There has been some red flags. Jim and Guesty, we saw them coming together. Matt Psycho in 2nd, Homesick Alien in 3rd, Talleyrand in 4th, Turtle in 5th. Turtle's having a mare on the barrier at the moment. Bunny in 6th, Pat in 7th, Racer Brown down in 8th place. He can't get through the field like the rest of the pack, and there's more crashing going on. Oh, Turtle's bouncing from one side to the other, and he's slowed right down, and they're all coming through now. JTX 10th. If JTX called a red flag, he obviously got involved in that Jim thing, and he's just hit Turtle up the back, and this is not going well for the Finnish driver. Meanwhile, Skyjacker leading the way. He's waiting for that 3rd red flag, and I think JTX has let them down on that one. Matt Psycho in 2nd, Homesick Alien in 3rd, Talleyrand is in 4th place, Bunny in 5th, Racer Brown is already up into 6th place. He's got himself ahead of Pat. Guesty, we saw him having his accident, but he's waiting for Jim, I think. He's waiting for Jim, who's coming. He is coming, but he's quite a way away, I'm afraid, Guesty. But he's there now. So, Jim. So Guesty trying to redress, and JTX has called the red flag. We're late in the lap, but he did have the accident at the same time as those other guys, so it is down to a Skyjacker. But you know, it is a fair dues red flag. We saw Guesty bouncing in the middle of all those cars, sent Jim off to one side, spinning, absolutely spinning. But maybe it was too late in the lap, because Skyjacker's going for a move on Matt Psycho now. Matt Psycho was leading. We didn't see Talleyrand's in the mix as well. Talleyrand up there in the mix. Skyjacker. Yeah, they usually want the red flags called early in the race. and they're already on the second lap, so it's a tough one. It has been ignored before when it's been called late in the lap and sorted out afterwards, but Skyjacker leads from Talleyrand. Matt Psycho in third place, Homesick Alien in fourth. We've got Bunny in fifth, Racer Brown in sixth spot, Pat in seventh, Jim in eighth, Guesty in ninth, and Turtle in 10th. We lost someone. Who did we lose? We had 11. Someone just shot off. Oh, it was JTX. JTX came out of it. So Skyjacker back in the lead again. Talleyrand in second. Matt Psycho in third. Homesick Alien in fourth spot with Bunny in fifth. We've got Racer Brown in sixth, and they're shuffling around down there. Homesick Alien looked like he was lining Bunny up for a move. And no, Matt Psycho's leading again. So Matt Psycho leading the race with Skyjacker right there in his tow, and Matt Psycho still there. I thought he'd gone wide, but no, he's still there, clinging onto that lead with Skyjacker right there on his tail. Talleyrand in third place with Bunny in fourth, Homesick Alien in fifth. We've got Racer Brown in sixth, Pat there in seventh. He's all on his own with Jim in eighth, Guesty in ninth. He's back on the attack with Jim, and Turtle dropping off in 10th. And Bunny's now leading. No, Talleyrand's leading. I'm sorry. I cut away for 2 minutes, but I can't even do a replay because they're all over the place. Talleyrand there with Bunny. No, Skyjacker's back in the second place. Bunny there in third. They're really pushing each other out there at the moment of this straight, and it's going to be one colossal tow going on. They're going to cause a vacuum going through that tunnel, all of that towing going on all at once. But Skyjacker leads the pack from Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho in third place, a Racer Brown, but they're all spanning out now after they've pulled the tow and they've got the momentum and they're going on the attack. And you can see there Talleyrand was scraping along the barrier trying to find space up the inside of Matt Psycho. There is no space there to be had. Skyjacker still leads the way from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien's clinging to the back of his car. Racer Brown from nowhere shoots it up, but he had to back out on the outside, and Matt Psycho's come through. Matt Psycho's come through, and I don't know where Homesick Alien is now. Homesick Alien there in fourth place. It's crazy racing. I can't keep track of it. Skyjacker is leading with Matt Psycho in second. We've got Racer Brown in third place. Homesick Alien is fourth with Talleyrand in fifth. Bunny slipping back into sixth place. Bunny the big loser in that little battle, but we've still got a good 10 minutes to go, or just over 9 minutes to go. He can get back into this, but he's on the barrier again. Pat there in seventh. He's got 0.8 ahead of Jim. Jim's caught Pat up. Lovely, and we lost. Oh, Guesty's got ahead of Jim. Sorry, it's Guesty that's caught Pat. No, it isn't. Sorry, I got Guesty and Pat mixed up. Jim's just on the tail of Guesty as Guesty chases Pat down. Pat's only 3 seconds behind Bunny, though, not too far behind, whilst Matt Psycho again takes turn to lead the way. And Matt Psycho from Skyjacker. Then we've got a whole host of them battling away down here. We'll jump on board with Homesick Alien as he chases down Racer Brown, the championship leader. Matt Psycho second in the championship, up there leading the way. But it's early doors as they break down to this very tight corner. And it's so tight. You've got Talleyrand and Bunny right on the tail of Homesick Alien there. You can see it all there. Bunny getting his way up the inside of Talleyrand. And there you see a Racer Brown getting past Skyjacker as Homesick Alien grabs a tow from Skyjacker. Oh, a little bump draft there. He's decided he needs the bump draft. You see, if you tow too early, this is the problem. If you pass too early down the straight, then it leaves you wide open. Bunny has dropped back a little bit there, luckily for Homesick Alien, to get a tow. So we're sat on Homesick Alien's car, getting a tow from Racer Brown and Skyjacker. We're only 9/10 behind Matt Psycho. You can see Matt Psycho just up there ahead. And this is a scary one. When to brake. You can see he's lifted already. He's on the brakes. They all seem to have pulled into Matt Psycho in this corner. Racer Brown and Skyjacker going side by side through that first corner. We've seen him do that before in the first race. And then Skyjacker going for that inside line on Racer Brown, and he's up and into second place, chasing down Matt Psycho, as Racer Brown now left vulnerable to Homesick Alien, as Homesick Alien sits there right under his spoiler, waiting to make the killer move on Racer Brown. Racer Brown won the first round, first race, I remember. So you can't count him out. And there's Matt Psycho, though, 1.1 seconds. He's broke the toe on Skyjacker. Skyjacker having to defend from Racer Brown. Racer Brown all up in his business. Mountain Dew versus Monster for shelf supremacy in Asda. Then we've got Homesick Alien in fourth, with Talleyrand in the OG colours for Subaru, chasing down that Wrxc Subaru. Bunny in sixth, sliding it around in his 80s neon liveried Subaru. We've got Pat seventh. He's still ahead of Guesty. Guesty slowly closing in. Guesty getting the fastest lap of the race, not being in that mumbo jumbo. All up in front. Jim there in ninth, and Turtle dropping back even more so. Matt Psycho, though, leads the way from Skyjacker. Racer Brown trying to get a look of the inside of Skyjacker in that final corner. Oh my word. Oh, Skyjacker hit the barrier. Racer Brown's through. Racer Brown is through. And can anyone else get through? Homesick Alien. Oh, it doesn't look like Homesick Alien had a great out of that corner. He's being attacked by Talleyrand and Bunny. And it looks like he's just a sitting duck there. There's nothing he can do about it except for get back in the tow and try and attack for the first corner. As you see, he does. Matt Psycho, meanwhile, losing pace on Racer Brown and Skyjacker. Skyjacker, maybe Racer Brown working together with a bump draft to try and catch up Matt Psycho. They're back in the tow zone within that 0.8 of a second. And look at them, they're rapid together going up. And Skyjacker's pulled out up the inside to have a look. And Racer Brown's caught up Matt Psycho as well, but Matt Psycho just fends off there for that lead, and Racer Brown holds on to second place ahead of Skyjacker. Talleyrand up into fourth, with Bunny in fifth. Homesick Alien nipping at their tail in sixth spot, and he was up there just now in second place, wasn't he? Third place. So he'll be wanting to have a little comeback in this race. Look at that, it's a beautiful sight. All four cars tucked in together. I know I keep going on board with Homesick, but he always seems to be in the best spots to watch the race. And he's got Bunny having a little rub of the barrier, giving Homesick Alien half an opportunity against the very bright Subaru ahead of him. Meanwhile, Talleyrand battling with Skyjacker. He's dropped off of Racer Brown, but Racer Brown has caught. Oh, Racer Brown's ahead of Matt Psycho. We missed that sort of action, and I apologise, but yeah, Racer Brown getting himself ahead of Matt Psycho there to take the lead. Look at him, he doesn't have the greatest of starts in the wet. Takes a while to get warmed up, but as soon as he gets going, Manny gets going. But Racer Brown now leading for the second time this evening ahead of Matt Psycho. It's not done and dusted yet, but Racer Brown seems to have it in control as they make their way around that final corner with only 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes left of racing to go. Matt Psycho chasing down Racer Brown, his closest competitor in the championship. Skyjacker holding on to that podium position against Talleyrand, who's coming at him with great force and velocity. Bunny under siege from Homesick Alien in sixth. He's looking to get by Bunny and start attacking Skyjacker. Talleyrand has got himself ahead of Skyjacker, but Skyjacker took him back in for that tow. Did Matt Psycho close up to Racer Brown? He did not, and now he might be in trouble from Skyjacker and Talleyrand as they close in on him. Crazy racing out there, and Bunny and Homesick, status quo there between those two. Bunny still in fifth, Homesick Alien sixth. Guesty has got himself just ahead of Pat in the tow. Beautiful stuff from Guesty. Guesty having the drive back of his life at the moment, but 8 seconds down on the pack with 3 minutes to go. It's a big ask. Pat then in eighth, ahead of Jim. That was unfortunate there with that early collision with Guesty and Turtle. He's not really been in this race too much. And Wrxc Iv tearing away 1.5 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. But third place definitely isn't done yet. Talleyrand, Skyjacker, Bunny and Homesick Alien still battling for that final podium position at the moment. Talleyrand is the man. Talleyrand is the man that has hold of that bronze trophy, but Skyjacker is having a very close scrutiny at the back of that Subaru, but he's dropped away a little bit now, and that's let Bunny close right up on the back of Skyjacker, and Homesick Alien will be more than pleased with that on board with the Bunny. Oh, and they both hit the barrier, and Bunny's got a bit of a wiggle on. Are we going to see a Homesick Alien slipping on through? It doesn't seem so. It looks like a Bunny just managing to cling on to that one. He's staying out very wide, swinging her in. Talleyrand's gone wide and Homesick Alien's gone in a little hot, giving Skyjacker a tuck on the side, but it hasn't affected Skyjacker too badly. Skyjacker along and on his way, and Homesick Alien finds his way past Bunny and up into 5th place. My word, what a bold move, and he's got the toe on Skyjacker. And Talleyrand, I think, was a lucky boy through that final corner. I think he made a mistake, but with everyone else having a tussle, it gave the opportunity, and Homesick now up into 4th place ahead of Skyjacker, and this is definitely going to be their final lap. Guesty 7 seconds behind those boys now, but he isn't getting a tow, remember. Pat's there in 8th, Jim in 9th, Turtle in 10th. And we lost JTX. I think he drove up the back of Turtle when Turtle had a moment. And Wrxc Iv 2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Psycho never giving up, always clinging on. There's always the opportunity, always a chance. Something might happen. Talleyrand struggling to get that Subaru. We've seen him up on the podium quite a lot recently. He's really starting to gain some points in this championship. And with 6 rounds left to go, he's definitely going to be one to watch for a late. But if Wrxc Iv keeps scoring points, it's going to be a struggle for anyone to come back. But Skyjacker there in 4th place, battling with Bunny and Homesick. Homesick back down into that 6th. And it is definitely going to be the last lap. I don't think Guesty's going to be able to catch these boys up. But my words, to me, it looks like Talleyrand, he's got enough on those guys. No, Skyjacker's going for a late lunge. He was 4/10 behind, but he's gone for the move on Talleyrand. Talleyrand out wide. He's had a knock with the barriers as well. Bunny's trying to go through. Talleyrand's trying to protect on the inside, but no. Oh dear, Talleyrand had a bit of a lag thing there, so we're going to cut down here and hope the room doesn't shut down before Wrxc Iv gets to the flag. Matt Psycho in 2nd, Bunny then in 3rd ahead of Homesick Alien. Talleyrand there in 5th with Skyjacker in 6th. Talleyrand, though, he's bouncing around a bit. It's scary stuff. I'm worried about the room. Bunny in 3rd. Homesick Alien battling in for it. Wrxc Iv coming up the straight, but Homesick Alien, Bunny, Skyjacker. Where's Skyjacker? Skyjacker's dropped back a little bit there. Talleyrand in 5th, Homesick Alien in 4th, Bunny is in 3rd. Wrxc Iv comes up to the line to take his 2nd win of round 6, 2 of 2 so far. He's going for the treble. Matt Psycho comes home in 2nd, great points. Bunny looks to be holding it. No, Homesick Alien just edges it. Homesick Alien, take a boo, my son. Bunny gets 4th just. Talleyrand drops down to 5th, Skyjacker in 6th, Guesty gets 7th. With Pat bringing her home in 8th, Turtle already finishing in 10th, and Jim there as well, coming home in 9th. It's unfortunate for those guys with the incident, and I think JTX just called it a little too late in the lap. But Wrxc Iv, Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien are your top 3, which they are in the championship. So there you go. And there he is for his 2nd one of the day, Wrxc Iv on the top step, showing off his reef and his nice little trophy. So yeah, we'll pick the bones out of the red flag afterwards. I honestly think it was only 2 people who called it, Jim and Guesty, and then I think JTX was just very late in that race, in that lap. They were virtually at the end of the lap before the 3rd red flag was called. So it is in the rules that you've got to be as early in the lap as possible, and if it's an incident, then the 3 guys should have all said red flag at the same time. But JTXs seem to be delayed, and yeah, what can I say? We'll go to the race results anyway. So there you go. There you have it. Second time today. It didn't look like he could do it. I thought it was Matt Psycho's all the way. When Matt Psycho pulled it out about over a second from Skyjacker, I just thought, well, Matt Psycho's just going to keep on going now. And this is going to truly be very interesting. But Racer Brown, somehow, some way, he came from quite far back, if you remember, because it was like Matt Psycho, Skyjacker, and Homesick Alien. They were in that little battle, and then Racer Brown, just up the inside of Skyjacker and Homesick Alien, I think, got himself up into second place, chased down Matt Psycho. Not sure if Matt Psycho had made a small mistake, because Racer Brown did catch him up. He was upon him rather quickly, and yeah, got past him, and the rest is history. He's a winner, race 2. Brilliant stuff. Matt Psycho home in second, Homesick Alien on the podium. Ironically, that is exactly the order in the championship. Bunny comes home in fourth, Talleyrand in fifth, Skyjacker in sixth. I don't know what was happening. Talleyrand's car bouncing all over the place, so it was tough to know what happened in that little scurry at the end. Bunny was third, remember, coming up the straight. Homesick Alien getting the toe and just getting ahead of him by hundredths. Absolutely. Could have been even thousandths looking at that. I think it was thousandths, in fact. So, just thousandths in it between Homesick Alien and Bunny. Talleyrand in fifth, Skyjacker in sixth. Guesty with his earlier woes with a Jim in that race, but he had a race back, got the fastest lap, and got himself up into seventh place. So, not all terrible. Pat in eighth, Jim in ninth, Turtle in 10th, and JTX he quit out. I suppose, assuming there was going to be a red flag. And Guesty, like I said, Guesty got the fastest lap with a 2:12.966. Now it's evening and wet, cold and damp at 9:10. So I might give you guys 2 minutes a break while you look at the sexy cars, drive around in the dark. And Skyjacker needs to do the grid, so he wants people to enter. There we see a Racer Brown. So far, double A winner. And are they back on the intermediates? I didn't want to get the stuff up because I thought it's nice looking at the cars without anything. We'll have a look when it comes to the race. So, yeah, give me 2 minutes. I shall return. Ciao, Bella. ready. Yeah, we're back again. Ready for the third race. And don't forget this third race. Oh, he's asking if we're ready. He hears the voice. As soon as he hears the voice, he's on it like a car bonnet. But yes, this third race is 30 minutes. I haven't been keeping that close an eye, in all fairness, on the times, the fuel tanks. But you have to remember the pit lane is along that really long ass pit straight. So I think these guys are going to be aiming for a no-stopper. I think they're going to try and eke that fuel out best they can, if they can, because they're going to lose a shed load of time. Oh, Talleyrand is very, very twitchy on our screen. I don't know if he is for them, but he's looking. Talleyrand there. He's a glitchiness at the moment. Try and avoid him. It breaks the whole enigma of the race. So Homesick Alien, he would want to win here. Matt Psycho. Alien's good at making fuel last. Racer Brown, though, he's phenomenal at making fuel last. But I don't know if it's all about making fuel last. It's something we'll have to keep an eye on. But I know a pit stop is going to cost a chunk of time down that straight. That straight is just balls out all the way down. So to make a pit stop down that straight is going to be tough. Like I said, in the chat, sorry, catch up. Mama Homesick saying, come on, son, for the last race. Flashman saying, evening all. And Barry Twin saying, a little bit sad that I couldn't enter this evening's race, but real life was a bit more important. Holiday with the kids and wife next week. I'm back to defend my place. Good job, Thingy. Thank you very much, Barry Twins. We'll take the big numbers off. We're looking at Turtle again on pole. This time Jim alongside him. Oh, that's a bit of a better shot, but you can't see Turtle, can you? That's a gutter. We'll try and cut to it straight away. So Turtle waiting for the lights. He's ghosted. Oh my God, what's happened? So Jim's taken. And Talleyrand's left the room. Has something happened? Jim, at the moment, he's taken the lead from Guesty, with Pat in third, Skyjacker in fourth, Bunny in fifth, Homesick Alien in sixth place, Matt Psycho in seventh, Racer Brown in eighth, JTX in ninth, and Turtle has got away in the end in 10th place, but it's a 30-minute race. Jim leading from Guesty getting the toe. And my word, that was kind of confusing there, what happened. Guesty's taken the lead from Guesty around the outside. Is it Guesty? Where did he come from? And Jim's in there, Pat's in there. It's crazy stuff. It's hard to see, I know, with the when it's dark. But that's Guesty leading the way from Jim, ahead of Bunny, with Pat in fourth place. Homesick Alien there is in fifth, with Skyjacker breathing down his neck, and Matt Psycho as well. Matt and Skyjacker side by side down there, but Matt's come out on top in sixth place, ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown's just edged through as well. Skyjacker having a moment here, and there's a whole bunch of cars trying to go through the same place, and oh my God, Racer Brown's gone through. Round. Racer Brown's gone round and round. And Skyjacker's slowing down for him. So Skyjacker easing off that accelerator for Racer Brown to catch up. They're on the wet tyres, so it must be a bit wet out there. And Guesty comes out on top with Homesick Alien in second place. Pat's still clinging on to that third. Matt Psycho up into fourth. Jim's dropping down into fifth place, but Bunny's there. Bunny's trying to get up the inside of Jim, and he does so. So Bunny's setting on Matt Psycho next. Matt Psycho all over the back of Pat at the moment. There we go, on board with Matt Psycho in fourth place as Guesty leads ahead of Homesick Alien. And it's Homesick Alien that Matt Psycho's going to be keeping his eye on, and Homesick Alien's gone wide in the final corner. Matt Psycho's found a bit of space up the inside of Pat, and he's through and up into third place and chasing down Homesick Alien after Homesick Alien going wide in the final corner. So Guesty 3.2 second lead on the rest of the field. Homesick Alien there only 1.5 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. He'll be feeling that pressure pretty soon. And I said about fuel saving, but this track is particularly hard to fuel save at, as it's a very long straight. It's all burning fuel all the way down the straight, so there probably will be pit stops, me saying all that. Jim in 5th, Bunny there in 6th. He's struggling to get past Jim. Jim and Pat have got wiggles on, and oh my words, I don't know what happened there. But Jim, you saw him swinging, and then he just lost the car a little bit and clipped Pat. I don't know if Pat was having issues, but Pat's still there in 4th place. Pat held position. So Pat, he's lost a position to Matt Psycho, who's up to 3rd, but Pat still there ahead of Bunny. It's Bunny that's got through. JTX up into 6th place with Jim in 7th now. Jim slipping back there a position or two. Skyjacker in 8th after he's coming together with Racer Brown. And it looks like they're both back up to racing speed, and Skyjacker is the man ahead of Racer Brown, with Turtle 1.5 seconds behind them in 10th place. Still missing. Oh, and Talleyrand was the one that went out, wasn't it? His internet was looking a little dicey. He's the host. Oh no, Skyjacker's the host. Oh, that's all right then. No, it's not all right. We don't want to lose. We don't want to lose Talleyrand, obviously, but it's not like the host is having a bit of a cagey internet day. So Guesty 4 seconds now ahead of Homesick Alien. Guesty absolutely chucking that Subaru around and finding some good pace. Homesick Alien chasing him down, but Matt Psycho a little bit faster than the Alien at the moment. He's found 3/10 on Homesick Alien, closing in as they head down to that final corner. Bunny as well up into 4th. He's got through past Pat. Pat now in 5th. JTX in 6th. Jim in 7th. Skyjacker in 8th with Racer Brown in 9th and Turtle in 10th. But it's this battle here between Homesick Alien and Matt Psycho. It's down to less than a second. It's just edged back to a second. But my word, it's tight stuff between these two sim drivers. They're 3 seconds ahead of Bunny, who'll be wanting to make hay. He'll be happy if they two start racing, because they'll cost each other time. But yeah, Guesty, what a getaway. Now the strategy is all his. He can do what he wishes, but they're already down to a quarter of a tank of fuel with only 5 minutes raced, barely. So that's only 20 minutes worth of racing in my calculations. They're 10 minutes shy, so I think we will see pit stops. Guesty then 5 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. He's held on to that 1.3 seconds. It's going to be down to braking or mistakes that Matt Psycho is going to have to close that gap between him and the Wrxc Subaru. In 4th place, Pat doing an absolutely stand-up job against Bunny. Bunny struggling with the Rizzler liveried Subaru out there. He can't get by him. Let's get on board with Bunny as he sits on the tail end of 4th place. Pat out there. He's looking up the inside here, but it's just not quite got it. Oh, he may have a run now, but Pat's going to come out wide. But he stays out of the wall, and now he's got the inside line on Pat, and he's through, but he's hit the wall. Oh my word, but he looks like he's survived that. Pat hasn't come back through, so Bunny now up into 4th, but Pat is right there on his tail looking, but then Pat's car getting a little wobble on mid-corner, and he's got JTX. Jim's got back ahead of JTX, I believe. Possibly not. No, Jim might have already been there. JTX in 7th, but JTX all over the back of Jim as Jim is closing up on Pat. We've got a juicy little battle here. Just behind them, we've got Skyjacker, Racer Brown, and Turtle has dropped away a little bit. I don't think he's liking the wet. And there is Guesty making his way around 4 to end the 3rd lap, still in the lead. Homesick Aliens gained a bit of time on Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho dropping a little bit of time to the Alien at the end of this lap. Bunny 5 seconds adrift of them guys. It's going to take a while, and Jim's up. We've had a bit of a catastrophe down here. Pat's had an off possibly, I'm not sure. But Pat down, JTX a little bit down, or is that just Skyjacker making his way through? Must be Skyjacker making his way through, so Pat's made a little bit of a mistake. Jim's moved up into 5th place. He must know that Skyjacker's grabbing a toe right now. He's going to have a lot of cars joining him in the first corner as they go through the tunnel. Jim leading from, well, he's 5th, but he's ahead of Skyjacker, I mean. Skyjacker, JTX and Racer Brown and Pat are all in that tow train. Jim, oh my word, he's on the outside trying to survive, and he turned in on Skyjacker, I think. Turned in on Skyjacker, and JTX got collected as well, and it's just not his race, I don't think. Guesty then leads from Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho in third. Bunny is fourth. Skyjacker's fifth, so maybe it wasn't Skyjacker and Racer Brown at fifth and sixth, so it doesn't look like Jim affected him, but it looked like he turned in and Skyjacker was up the inside of him, and then, I don't know, Jim's kind of bounced. Pat there in seventh. JTX is in eighth place. We saw him spinning as well, didn't we? Turtle's got himself ahead of Jim, and Jim is just probably shaking his head in that car thinking, what do I have to do to make this car drive properly? So Guesty though in an absolutely strong position. Homesick Alien probably happy that Racer Brown isn't progressing too much, and the fuel is pretty similar for everyone. Really, they're just coming up to half a tank. But Racer Brown is up to sixth. I bet they would have preferred it when Pat and Jim was ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown full on attack against Skyjacker. Let's get on board to see some of this beautiful stuff. Little bump to get Skyjacker along the way. They need to catch themselves Bunny up, you see, and they've dropped a long way behind Bunny. Oh, not really. There is Bunny. You can see him just ahead. So I think we'll see these two working together. Pretty sure Racer Brown's going to be bumping Skyjacker all the way up this straight. Oh no, he's gone for the move straight away. There you go. And that's what I know, because Racer Brown has gone up ahead of Skyjacker, and Skyjacker is now sat in Racer Brown's toe. JTX has gone. He's bounced. He's not happy. Something's gone wrong in that race, and we are now down to 9 people in this 30-minute race, but we're already just over 9 minutes in, and we've still got 20 minutes of this gorgeousness to go as Racer Brown and Skyjacker tussle over 5th and 6th. We've got Matt Psycho chasing down Homesick Alien in 2nd place. Guesty had a 5-second lead, looked very comfortable out there, still the fastest man on track at the moment. So Guesty there, 5.2 seconds, getting purples all the way round as his car gets lighter. Homesick Alien has pulled more away from Matt Psycho, so Homesick Alien is really zoned in here at Tokyo East Outer Loop. He's had solid performances tonight in all the races. Doesn't seem to be getting, well, he got a podium in the last race, in all fairness, but in race 1 it was such a little battle there in that sort of 3rd place down to 6th and 7th. They were all bouncing around. I can't remember where he finished, but I know it wasn't 4th maybe 5th, but yeah, he's zoned in now, and he's pulling away from Matt Psycho, although he's not catching Guesty. He's just gained a second or so on this lap. Guesty on another level at the moment. Homesick Alien driving for 2nd, it would seem. Matt Psycho chasing him down, wanting as many points on Racer Brown as he possibly can get. Bunny in 4th place, just ahead of Racer Brown, who's bringing Skyjacker along for the party. Skyjacker having a look up the inside of Racer Brown, and Skyjacker, he looks like he may have got that one to stick, possibly no. Racer Brown coming back in the second part of that corner, and Skyjacker having a scrape with the barrier. Nothing to worry about or be concerned. Another second for Homesick Alien on Matt Psycho. Fuel levels pretty the same. Matt Psycho's got a little bit more fuel than Homesick Alien. We're just coming up to 11.5 minutes, and they're over half a tank, so there will be a splash and dash at the end of this race. Guesty's just reeling off those fastest laps out there on his own. He's having an absolute pleasant time, beautiful time, and he's going to break Racer Brown's duck. Remember, Racer Brown winning the first 2 races, would love to get the treble here. Bunny's gone out wide, and now Racer Brown's up into 4th place. Bunny slipping down into 5th, going wide there. We saw knocking the barrier. The conditions out there is absolutely impossible for these sim racers to judge their braking and how much grip they've got in the corner. The cars are forever getting lighter, so getting more skittish to drive, tougher to drive for these guys. So yes, you can see it's a real tough fight out there, not only against their fellow racers, but against the conditions and the track. the car, everything. And it really is not for the weak, is this combination, as you can see by the attrition rate this evening. But we're sat on board with Skyjacker, really close to Bunny at the moment, and he's wanting to get ahead of these two as they make their way around. We've got 17 minutes of racing left ahead of us. And who's going to pull the trigger then? Who's going to pull the trigger first? I don't think they're going to change tyres. Oh, no, Skyjacker from quite far back. Oh, my word. Hey, if he stops that car, I am amazed. I am amazed. Where did he find that grip? But he had to go wide. And Bunny and Racer Brown both make their way back ahead of him. But my word, that was impressive in the car from miles back. But Skyjacker stays sixth as Bunny and Racer Brown obviously saw him flying by and knew that he was going wide in that corner. Unbelievable stuff, Matt Psycho. And there they go, Skyjacker and Racer Brown both making their pit stop at the same time. Will there be an undercut here? I don't think so, because tyre grip doesn't really give you anything here in the wet. So it is just for topping up that fuel, really. Guesty stayed out. He's 6.7 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. My word, Guesty. Guesty. Racer Brown should give you both his trophies for this drive. Unbelievable stuff. Matt Psycho there, clinging on to that podium. He's clinging on. He's 8 seconds ahead of Bunny now. These have had an absolutely cracking little race up front. They've gained great gains on Bunny. Bunny stayed out. Pat stayed out. There's Skyjacker, the first of the pit stops. He's filled right up with fuel, and he's ended up ahead of Racer Brown. We saw Racer Brown got ahead of Skyjacker. Racer Brown, I don't think, is topped up as much as Skyjacker has, and I honestly don't know. Well, there should be plenty of fuel. They had half a tank of fuel left, and we are now halfway through this race, so I am surprised with the amount of fuel they've put in. But Racer Brown really took it into the back of Skyjacker's car there. It's absolutely delicious. We're on the wrong car. That's not where I wanted to be. That's where I wanted to be. Sat on board with Racer Brown as he attacks the back of Skyjacker. And Skyjacker, very difficult to overtake. He's a very competent driver when defending his line. And in the chat, Rido saying evening thingy. Hi Rido, if you're still with me. I know I'm not keeping up with the chat, but this race has been mesmerising so far, and it's hard to cut away to see your chat. So yes, hi Rido, hope you're good. Now Guesty's come in. Guesty has come in for his pit stop, edging his bets maybe, worried that there is an undercut, but Homesick Alien makes his way through. I don't think there's an undercut. I think staying out until your fuel tank's empty, because your car's going to get lighter. Or maybe the extra weight helps. Maybe the extra weight, but down this straight, unbelievably, you'd be fast in a lighter car. But these guys all opting to come in and fill back up. But yeah, I would have thought it'd be advantageous to have your car lighter for longer and then come in and do a little bit there. Well, Guesty's come out of the pits, and Pat's managed to get past him on the straight. Pat yet to pit as well as Homesick Alien, Matt Psycho. So Guesty coming out ahead of Skyjacker, healthily ahead. Bunny's out. Oh, Bunny might be in trouble though as he gets up to speed, and Skyjacker and Racer Brown have been driving together, and wow, Bunny makes his pit, and he should have stayed with Skyjacker and Racer Brown, because it looks like they've worked as a unit and pushed each other along a little bit there, and left Bunny out cold, some 1.6 seconds behind him, and he's got to hope them two get into a bit of a racy situation for him to catch up, because he has dropped behind there with that later pit stop than those guys. So Homesick Alien stayed out there. If Guesty can get a tow though, Guesty's found a tow buddy. Guesty's found a tow buddy, and this, is he going to go straight for the move? He's going straight past. Maybe Pat, not the man to give him a tow, but Pat's still there though. So Guesty hasn't. Homesick Alien, it's not all bad so far. Matt Psycho as well, staying out. Guesty pitting, and it's all about when they stop and come in. And like I said, if you stay on a lighter car for longer, surely you're faster. Pat then down to fourth. His fuel is flashing, so he's going to have to come in a lap or two. We've got 12 and a half minutes left on the race. Racer Brown's got himself ahead of Skyjacker, and Bunny not so far behind now. Bunny's managed to gain colossal time on Skyjacker and Racer Brown. And I'm not sure, maybe Skyjacker didn't change his tyres, because his tyres do look like they've worn a little bit more than the others. So I think Skyjacker possibly didn't change his tyres. And maybe Racer Brown and Bunny getting a little bit more grip than Skyjacker. I'm not sure. We'll have to check that. Homesick Alien still out there. His fuel's only just started flashing. Pat's brought her in. Matt Psycho staying out as well. Maybe these are working on that idea that your car's lighter should be faster, but it's 2 minutes 12.2 for Homesick Alien. 2 minute point 12.7 for Matt Psycho. Guessed he did a 2:16.8, but that was an out lap. It does not count. But Guesty very rapid today. Very rapid indeed. Unfortunate in the middle race there. He's been on for some good points. This is his track. This is his combo. Racer Brown finding himself back up there in 4th place, trying to protect that championship with Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien in the lead. But Guesty looks to have had this race won, if you ask me. Homesick Alien still slinging it out there, but I just don't think 212s are going to cut it. I think Guesty's going to smash in another 211 this lap with those brand new tyres. Bit more fuel, bit more weight in the car, so you can lean into the corner a bit, just take a bit more speed through it. And yeah, I think Guesty is going to bang a super lap in here as Homesick and Matt Psycho come into the pits. They're not yet. I'm guessing they're coming into the pits. So Homesick Alien, we'll see. He's coming down to that final corner. He's on fumes. So is Matt Psycho. They're definitely coming in the pits this time around. Guesty's got to do the lap of his life out there at the moment. And Rido in the chat saying, I'm good, thank you, boss man. Bunny's stressing, lol. Rido, I'm pit crew. All right. Bunny, he's in 6th. Oh, he's fighting with Skyjacker and Racer Brown. Yeah, that's a struggle, but he's caught him up lovely. So Bunny's really cottoned back on to Skyjacker. There goes Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho, I assume, is going to nip in as well. And Guesty, is he doing that lap of his life that he needs? He can't make a mistake. He's looking good. He's up the start straight. Matt Psycho's only just got to his box. Homesick Alien's there, topping up with fuel now. There goes Guesty. He's on his way through, back into the lead. He had around about 6 seconds on those pair earlier on. Homesick Alien's been released. He's out, but he's not up to pace yet. He's not up to speed. They've got to climb up that gear ratio and speedometer up the straight where Guesty's already topping out, and he's there. Man, boom, foof. 5.2 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho back on the track ahead of Racer Brown, 7 seconds. Racer Brown, though, he's just killed the fastest lap, and he's really hunting down. It was 7 seconds, now it's less than 6 seconds, heading down towards 5 seconds, 5.6 seconds. So Racer Brown really clouting this track at the moment. His closest competitor on the podium, 4 double points, remember. But Matt Psycho wanted Racer Brown further back than that. So, wow. Skyjacker then in 5th, 3 seconds shy. Bunny right up his chuff. And I think Skyjacker possibly didn't change his tyres. I've known him to do it before. And maybe he's having some grip issues. With Racer Brown now pulling out 3 seconds. And they've been equal all throughout this race. And Bunny absolutely chugging it. But he's losing sight of Racer Brown. This is the problem. Pat there in 7th after his pit stop, ahead of Turtle, whom is ahead of Jim, but only by 3 seconds. Jim doing a 2:14.5 last time around. Turtle doing a 2:14.8. So Jim is hunting down his prey. We've got 8 minutes left of racing here at round 6 of the Wrx challenge for the Virtual Racers Club. And my word, Guesty has given us a masterclass in absolute purist racing driving out there. It's been one timed lap after another. He has proper time trialed this biatch. Great driving from Guesty out there. Homesick Alien Still on his outlap, chasing him down. Matt Psycho. Ooh, I thought he'd had a crash with the barrier there, but no. I think it was just me. But yo, look, Racer Brown's down to 3.7 seconds. Where is Racer Brown finding this time? And what can Matt Psycho do about it? Matt Psycho's just about to complete his outlap. I don't think Matt Psycho changed his tyres as well. I've got a feeling Matt Psycho didn't change his tyres. Nor did Homesick, possibly. Maybe none of them did. Guess he looks like his tyres are newer than them. But Racer Brown, another fastest lap at 2:10.679, 3.3 seconds behind Matt Psycho. And now we all should make a small prayer, possibly, for Matt Psycho's podium position here, because it seems to be rapidly under threat as the time ticks down. Skyjacker still battling it out with Bunny. Bunny's on the inside of Sky, and it's going to be Bunny late on the brakes into the apex of the corner, but he's still not past Skyjacker yet. Skyjacker clinging on around the outside there, and Bunny side by side heading down the straight. Skyjacker just edging ahead as they go under the bridge, and Bunny's just really driving out of his skin at the moment, and this is for 5th place, because I think Racer Brown's disappeared with that pace that Racer Brown is displaying. And there goes Bunny, gets a better drive through that part of the track, and he's up into 5th place. Shall we stay on board to see if Skyjacker shoots on through? But no, that looks it. It's done. Dusted. Bunny in 5th, but Skyjacker will be staying with the back of that Subaru to try and get a tow up the next straight, but 7.3 seconds behind Racer Brown. That's what their racing's cost them. Looked like Bunny made a small mistake in that corner, and now Skyjacker going for the kill. And Bunny then sitting in behind him is he going to go for another move in the braking zone? These guys, no patience. They just want to race each other every single inch of the track. And Bunny on the brakes, but he just can't get up the side of Skyjacker. Can he get a better drive out of the corner? We saw Skyjacker a bit sideways, but so was Bunny. And yeah, now Bunny's got to get a tow going up the straight to try and make a jump on that monster car. Passing 7th ahead of Jim. Here comes Bunny then with the tow on Skyjacker, and Skyjacker trying to cut in. Not quite. There he goes. Now he's cut in for the return tow as they leave the tunnel, and he hasn't got enough momentum yet. He's sitting there, he's pulled it, and now he's going for that inside line into the first corner. They're side by side heading up the little exit ramp, and it's too tight to tell, but Skyjacker's got the inside line. Skyjacker's swung out wide though, and Bunny on an absolute perfect racing line there takes the 5th position, and Bunny now ahead of Skyjacker. Fantastic racing from these pair, and there'll be more to come, I'm sure, with 4 minutes left of racing out there. I think everyone's pitted now, and now they're just vying for position. Let's have a look how Matt Psycho's doing. It's 1 second from Racer Brown. Racer Brown is absolutely stonking, but Guesty's taken that fastest lap from Racer Brown as Racer Brown clips the wall. Does that give Matt Psycho a little bit of breathing space? Matt Psycho's going faster than he's gone before. He slipped back 7 seconds from the Alien, who's 8 seconds back from Guesty, who Guesty really is flying today. We've got the Bunny and Skyjacker battle that's just continuing on sideways around there for the pair of them. Bunny in 5th, Skyjacker in 6th. Absolutely duking it out between these two. Nothing in it. Skyjacker having a little clout with the wall and gives Bunny a bit of breathing space, but not much as they head down to this final corner. Skyjacker just not getting that inside line on Bunny yet, but possibly who gets the better line. Bunny does all right out of that one, and Skyjacker just follows him out of the corner, but there's a massive tow to go soon. But let's have a look how this battle's developing. Matt Psycho now only hundredths ahead as Racer Brown tries to grab a tow, or is Racer Brown going to work with his championship rival to catch up Wrxc Alien, his other championship rival? He could be. He could be bump drafting. Matt Psycho up this straight to try and catch up with Homesick Alien. He's pulled out of the toe. He's going for the outside line. Is he going to swing it on the inside, hoping Matt Psycho breaks a little late and slides out wide? But Matt Psycho does not slide out wide. Matt Psycho on point with his braking, and he covers that corner off, and Racer Brown has to find another way as we're heading up to 2 minutes left of this 30-minute race with double points on the boards. Everyone's fighting for every single position. Guesty has had an absolutely subliminal drive. That was a bit of a knock up the rear, but Matt Psycho holds the slide, stays ahead of Racer Brown, and they go again into the next corner. Unbelievable racing between Matt Psycho and Racer Brown at the moment. These are the two leaders of the championship, and Matt Psycho would very much like to finish ahead of Racer Brown. And Racer Brown doesn't want him to, does he? And we're just over a minute. Guesty there, 8.3 seconds in the lead. Homesick Alien, 8.1 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, who's doing his best to cling on to this race. He's going to have to do another lap, and there's Racer Brown having a look up the inside, and this is really what can... Oh, he's gone wide. Racer Brown takes that tighter line. We saw him catching Skyjacker a couple of times like that, and Matt Psycho just giving a little brush to the barrier, and Racer Brown then in the tow, and this is where they're vulnerable. There's no way of defending the toe unless Racer Brown, if Racer Brown just sits behind where it looks like he is a little bit, yeah, he's lifting off his accelerator seat. He doesn't want to go past. Doesn't want to go past just yet, because then Matt Psycho will get the toe. So Racer Brown just lifting in that first part of the straight to sit in that toe. Then he floors it to get more toe, and then he gets the springboard so he can whip bust, but he keeps going for that outside line. But he's way ahead of Matt Psycho now when he turns in, but he's gone a little bit wide. Misjudged the toe. They're side by side coming out the corner, but Racer Brown's just a little bit ahead, but Matt Psycho's fighting with everything he's got, and Matt Psycho reclaims third place, and it's a long way to go in this lap yet for Matt Psycho. And it's a tough battle indeed. Jim's just crossed the line in 8th place. I think Turtle's just coming around that final corner for 9th. Bunny stayed ahead of Skyjacker. He's there by a second, but this is the battle that's going to go all the way till the end. Guesty leading, a great race from Guesty. Homesick Alien safe in 2nd place, and it's Matt Psycho trying to get this final podium position, and Racer Brown, he at least wants to finish on the podium all 3 races. If he can't win all 3 races, and where's Guesty? Just coming out of them. He's just coming up towards the final corner, and Matt Psycho managing still to keep it ahead of Racer Brown, but he's still got a couple of very, very dodgy moments. He's got a slipstream all the way to the line. Guesty just exiting that final corner, heading up the straight. Matt Psycho still ahead as they go breaking into the first corner, and Matt Psycho still defending like anything he can from Racer Brown. Racer Brown going a bit wide, but he goes for that tighter line. Matt Psycho, has he made a mistake? He's still ahead. Guesty comes and takes a win. Hey, Guesty. It might be, I'm not sure if it's his first win in WRX Challenge, but great stuff from Guesty. Homesick Alien grabs himself 2nd, and Racer Brown is ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's not in the tow, and it's Racer Brown that grabs that final podium position. Oh my word, Racer Brown, take a boo, my son. Commiserations to Matt Psycho, but he didn't even come over and get the toe from Racer Brown, so I'm not sure. Bunny comes home in 5th, just ahead of Skyjacker. What an almighty battle with Skyjacker in 6th. Pat grabs that 7th place. Good points for Pat in a race he did not believe he was going to come anywhere in. He comes towards the line to finish 7th in his Rizzler livery, ahead of Jim in 8th and a Turtle in 9th. But what can you say? Guesty, unbelievable drive there. Good man. And that's a big shot in the arm for Guesty's championship. And there he is with his trophy and his wreath. Beautiful stuff there. Beautiful stuff from the guestie. Right then, I'll take you to our race results for this final 30-minute race here for round 6 of the WRX Challenge, ran by the Virtual Racers Club. And what an absolute humdinger, wet but stylish racing that we had this evening. And your race winners: Racer Brown won the first race, Racer Brown won the second race, and Guesty, boom, won the third race, the one with the double points. So Guesty, and it was infallible. It was just, there was no mistakes. He did a great job, and he done an absolute cracking drive there for Guesty to take first place. I don't think anyone was beating Guesty today in this third race. Excuse me. Homesick Alien, a fantastic drive home to second place. Just didn't have the pace of Guesty today and could not mount an attack. Guesty just disappeared slightly and slowly away from him every lap. Racer Brown came through to finish on the podium. Did not think he was going to close that gap to him and Matt Psycho, but he absolutely dug deep. He pulled some unbelievable lap times out and slowly chipped away at Matt Psycho's lead, caught him up at the end. Matt Psycho absolutely drove like a legend, defending from the Alien Brown, but in the end, I don't know if something happened in the final corner. It didn't look like Matt Psycho was attempting an attack on Racer Brown, so I don't know if they'd had a knock and Matt Psycho conceded, or if it was just the move was done way before we got there. But Racer Brown did get ahead of Matt Psycho after that final corner and finished on the podium. Take a boo, my son. Matt Psycho come home in 4th place. Great points, but I imagine he's lost points to Homesick, so imagine it's not a positive for him out of this race. But 4th place in these conditions, in these cars, is an absolutely fabulous result. Bunny, in the end, with that awesome battle with Racer Brown and Skyjacker, came out in 5th in the end, ahead of Skyjacker after their galactic battle. Pat come home in 7th for good points. Jim in 8th, and Turtle came home in 9th. We lost JTX along the way, and Talleyrand looked like he bugged out with internet woes right at the very beginning of the race, I think, before the grid even went, unless he was in that race and I didn't see him. Someone will have to correct me in the chat saying Talleyrand was driving around. He won the race. Guess he didn't, but possibly I saw him say he went. And Mama Homesick saying, well, oh no, there's Pat, hang on, let me have a look. So Mama Homesick saying P43 then 2nd, well done Homesick Alien. Pat saying 10th 3 times last time I raced here in WRX, so I'm happy with that. Getting P7 was like a win for me tonight. Oh, well done, Pat. Awesome stuff. And Mama Homesick saying, well done, Pat. And Homesick Alien saying, mega racing. Skyjack saying, Talleyrand did bug out, mate. That's good. That's good, because you can never be 100% sure. So that's our Friday evening entertainment for you, over and done with. I hope it was entertaining, because I thought it was mega. So fantastic stuff. Now, bear with me. Over the weekend, Sunday evening, we've got those cheeky little Golf Mark 1s coming your way, and they will be racing Tsukuba. So that's going to be harem scarum. It's a corner after a corner in those pokey little Golfs. So that's going to be a fun race. Then on Tuesday evening, back at you with Racer Brown's Rivals. I'm going to call it that from now on, Racer Brown's Rivals. You know, like someone presents something. This is the Racer Brown Rivals series. The Rivals, cheeky Subarus again, and the Mitsubishis fighting it out for supremacy. And at the moment, I wouldn't say Mitsubishi are getting spanked, but they've not won a race yet, and that has to change before the end of the season. Join us Thursday evening. These are all live streams. These are not just me boasting about what races we're doing. These are races you can actually come and get involved in. These are races you can come, watch, chat with me, and have any input into the race you want. I just read everything out. I don't care. I'm like Ron Gundy or whatever his name is. Anchorman. In the chat then, Mike Phoenix saying, damn, am I too late to the party? Yeah, it's just coming to an end, I'm sorry, Mike. Homesick Alien saying, where else could you have such close, clean racing in those conditions? Only at the Virtual Racers Club, I'm afraid. And Pat saying, Mama Homesick, appreciate, thank you, and Mama Homesick, with a thumbs up. So, yeah, Thursday, brand new for you, brand spanking new, the Pacific Rim Championship. Those Americans and the Japanese are going at it. Unlike real life, where the Americans and the Russians are going at it, we want to put the Japanese manufacturing cars and the American racing cars together for a dynamic championship. So join us Thursday. Let's see how quick I am. Pacific Rim Championship season info, and I'll tell you, we're at Autopolis GP. I knew it was Autopolis as well. Do you know why I knew it was Autopolis? Because he told me on Sunday, and that's how good my memory is. Mike saying, I'll rewatch the stream then, mate. Awesome as always. Cheers, birds. Yeah, they're always there. Plenty of them to watch, but that one was kind of fun. And so, yeah, Thursday for that. Next Friday, back with the Subarus. Sorry, I know you want to close the room down. Back with the Scoobies, and we will be... Oh, I told you the rivals at Fisherman's Rest. Do you know what? The Scoobies are Fisherman's Rest as well. We've got a double Fisherman's Rest coming up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Party time. Excellent. We've got 2 Fisherman Rests coming up. Superb. The stars have aligned. I'm sure the rivals are at Fisherman's Rest and Friday. So Tuesday and Friday night, Fisherman's Rest action. And Skyjack says, because Sky bloody hates it. Oh, Fisherman's Ranch, is it? I thought it was Fisherman's Rest. Ranch, sorry, Fisherman's Ranch. There's not much fishing going on. It's racing, boys. So, yeah, 2 Fisherman Ranches. Ranch. Hello. Used to be cool when Subaru, Subway did ranch dressing. They don't do ranch dressing anymore. So it's just not as much fun having a Subway. But Subarus. So, yeah, Friday, a Fisherman's Ranch. And then, yeah, somewhere in there we're going to have a pit stop Wednesday or Monday. And Sunday, back to the Golfs. But, God, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. You can check out the tables whenever you want and our Discord by going to our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. Please prop in and say hello. You're more than welcome. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because YouTube really love it, and I don't mind it. So, yeah, hit that like if you've enjoyed it. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Richard Cheese. Thank you for joining us here, and take care of yourselves. Peace and love. Peace. And hang on. He's closed the room, cheeky. Skyjacker saying Fisherman's Ranch. I hate Autopolis. Oh, he hates Autopolis. Peace and love. See you guys.